Hey, welcome to another episode of It's All Love Podcast. Man, before we start, man, shout out to Spade and Spade Podcast, man. They had us on there this morning. We had a great time. We did a great show. But we back tonight with another one. I'm not DJ Khaled, but this is another one. You feel me? Man, I'm your host, Butter, man, the one that smoked the most, man. Let me introduce the folks, man. You know, we got TK, Mr. Off the Top, Mr.
Yep.
T-Mo.
Yeah. Yeah, what's going on with y'all, man? It's, Timo. Y'all already know y'all can follow me at off the top underscore media. I'm gonna keep, this shit coming for y'all. Keep giving y'all these topics, updates on the show. Y'all already know how we going, man. I got my man right next to me.
Our host, Noble Noah.
Going on, everybody? It's Noble Noah. Follow me on IG, Noble underscore Noah. We got a very, very lit Saturday night show for y'all. Have some ladies and ladies with us tonight. It's the ladies from Wet Lounge Podcast. Ladies, if you can individually, tell the people where they can find your next podcast and your social media.
So you can follow our podcast on Instagram. That's at _ the wet lounge _ Zanai, you can tell them where we're streaming at. You can let them know that.
Alrighty. All right. So you can find all our episodes, full season 1, and that one episode of season 2 because we just got back into the studio. On Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, and Google Podcasts, all your streaming services, and we post our videos on our Instagram. So if y'all like to hear us and see us, Instagram is where you want to follow us.
And you can follow me personally at Sierra Coco on Instagram for more content and all lit shit. That's what I'm here for.
Okay.
I would give y'all my personal Instagram, but it's long. I mean, it's __ if the name was taken. So it's __
Hey, man, all you have to do is just drop it in the comments.
Just drop it in the comments.
Yes, do that because I can't.
Yes. But that's us.
All right. Now that, like I said, y'all gave y'all information. Before we always start any episode, we like to also get our viewers a little bit more familiar with our guests. So, I'm a big on zodiac signs, compatibility, and all that. So, start off with, your ladies telling our audience, what is your zodiac sign?
I'm an Aquarius, January Aquarius. So we the best out here. You heard, you feel me? That's what we do. That's who I am.
No.
Yes.
Hey, y'all some haters. Hey, don't be a hater. Please don't. Please. I like this thing.
I ain't gonna say anything.
I'm a big Leo, big per Leo. You already know. August 12th. That's how it is. I don't care.
All right.
No Leos. Those are the ones you gotta watch.
No Leos. I'm alone with time.
Good. As long as she didn't say Libra, she good with me. She good with me.
You just made it out of there.
You say August the 12th. I know somebody's birthday August the 12th.
Me.
We ain't get along.
Y'all didn't get along, Mom.
No, I was just playing.
Okay.
I'm a Cancer. Timor is a Cancer also, and Butter is Aquarius.
Ow. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Say it again.
Okay.
I said no toxic signs up here, so that's.
Oh yeah. No. We're non-toxic.
I'm problematic.
I always say that we actually probably one of the least toxic signs for real.
Wait, what, Cancer?
Yeah.
Child.
I never been with a Cancer. I never dated a Cancer. I don't even have any Cancer friends, so I can't attest.
I dated a Cancer. He was a liar and a crybaby, and that don't mix. I don't like y'all.
You a liar and a crybaby. Now you lying because you got caught in your lies. Now you crying because you got caught in your lies. So
okay, like we're not even gonna talk about it, but that's y'all.
But that's y'all.
That crybaby thing a lot, man.
That's the. Are you emotional? You know what I'm saying? Okay, y'all so emotional. Y'all cry. I mean, like, what do you mean? Like,
yeah, I don't.
Okay.
Hey, Timo, show that. We ain't get to see what you was drinking on last week, Timo. What you sipping on?
What's it called? I'm sipping just on some red blend.
Okay.
Hey, Timo did last week, Butter. I watched it.
Yes, he was. Hey, I was gonna buy him a bottle of what he had last week. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, Timo,
I forgot what I was drinking last week. or something. I don't remember.
But also, ladies, before, like I said, we also want to get, like I said, y'all both started the podcast together. So can we get just a little for the viewers of y'all podcast journey and how y'all came about starting your podcast?
Well, we both majored in mass communications in college, but we went to different colleges or whatever. So when we linked back up after the degrees and everything, it was catching up. Like, so what are you doing? Like, what are you into? And we both had an idea for a podcast. So we decided to put our creative brains together, get some tea flowing, and that's how we came up with the Wet Lounge. It's a
Yep.
safe space to promote sex positivity and all things in between.
All other things, all things pop culture, everything. But I always give a disclaimer. Like, my favorite topic is sex. Like, that's my favorite thing to talk about. It's just my favorite thing. It's always changing. It's always trending. Something new is always happening. People have different opinions about it. It's just crazy. So I feel like that's the best thing to talk about. So when I knew I wanted to start a podcast, I knew I wanted to have it centered around sex. And then when Sierra was down for the cause, I already knew what it was giving. It was giving
We
sex
knew,
show.
we knew, we knew it was time. We knew it was time. Like, between us,
Exactly.
what can't we talk about?
Okay.
So
Right. We
that's
have
what
too
we
much to
here
say to
for.
talk behind the mic.
Right. And it's a judgment-free zone. We also like to advocate for the men, preferably like our own black men. It's not enough of that for y'all. So when we can, when y'all not pissing us off behind the scenes, we're there coming at the table together to talk about a safe place for y'all to be yourself as well. Men need that recognition. So we try to
And
give
we
that to
have a lot
y'all as
of black.
well. We gonna bash you, but yeah.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. Because y'all do things that make us want to bash you. But we've had a lot of black men on the show to advocate for themselves and to discuss, like, to, if they disagree with things that we saying, they can stand up for themselves. So it's not like we just be there talking mad shit. But
And what can we
they
do
have
that makes
they
y'all
have
want to
a voice.
bash us? What can y'all do? What can we do that make y'all want to bash us?
A lot. Like,
How long you
breathe for
got? Because
one.
I got
I
a
don't
So
breathing too loud in the morning.
exactly.
That right there is a problem. I don't.
Damn.
we
What are you
we
saying?
we gonna get into these topics.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna see, what's the energy like? How these ladies respond to the topic? Are they gonna bash men? Or come to agreement on terms of these topics? So without further ado, we gonna get right into it, ladies. We gonna get right into it.
We gonna
So
see.
the first topic of tonight, ladies. The first topic of tonight is, it seems like in the dating round, it seems like people go a long time dealing with people without actually receiving a type of what are they in a relationship. It's a lot of, we got good vibes, we kicking, we chilling, we cool, whatever it is. And so the first question I have tonight is, how long should you stay in a situation without officially having a title of what it is?
Sierra, you want to take it or you
Oh.
want me to take it?
I love it because it's like whenever we have like these like-minded conversations, you be like, "You sure you don't want to handle that? What you trying to say? I'm always in situations. Is that what you saying? That's how it sounds.
What? I don't even know how you
That's how
got
it
that
sounds.
from that.
Look, I will elaborate on that. I feel like I personally feel like, to be mature about it, it would depend on what you're doing. Because some people, they'll set out to the dating world and they think they want a significant other, and then it gets real close to that point, and that's not what you wanted. You just want somebody to fuck on at night, and that's cool. So I feel like it really depends once you reach that point, but you also need to be upfront once you do hit that realization. For me
That's very
personally, I feel like it shouldn't take any more. I would give it 6 months maximum. But that's only because I'm skeptical of people as it is, and I really got to feel like this is what I'm supposed to be doing before I do it.
I'm not even a skeptic, but I agree. I say 4 to 6 months. I feel like within that time, you already know what you want to do with the person. And if you're
Mm-hmm.
only looking for the situation or like the friends with benefits thing, that should have been established within month one anyway. So if we made
Right.
it to month 4/6, and we already both established that we don't want anything serious, that question shouldn't even come up. But if we didn't establish that, if everything's up in the air and 4 to 6 months come and the question comes like, so what's going on? Nobody should be looking at each other stupid like, I thought we had an understanding. No, the fuck we didn't. Like, don't
Right.
play
You
with me.
thought you thought
But
we had to understand it.
Right, it's too much going on. I'll be damned if you hurt my feelings and then you hit me with the you not my
We
girl
was just friends
anyway.
anyway.
Oh no, because at that
Hey,
point I'm catching the case.
but
I don't
see, the
heart.
Ooh,
thing
chill.
is though, that even if y'all do establish that this is friends with benefits from the jump, you know what I'm saying, it might still end up like that. You know,
I don't
especially
think
if y'all
so.
if it's if it's you know 6 straight months. You know what I'm saying? If y'all just smashing, what they call, are y'all just smashing? Y'all just keeping it as that, or y'all actually hanging out? You know what I'm saying? Spending time,
It
doing shit.
Well, if
That
you have at the beginning that we're just fucking, you should like. I don't be taking me on dates and don't be like introducing me to your friends and to me and your family and cuddling with me and what? Why are you leaving that blurred line for all those feelings to
yeah.
get involved? If you said what
I
it
mean,
was.
ain't you
My
accepting the
thing is,
dates? Ain't you going around as friends?
I mean, for me, I don't
I wouldn't, but the person who is, that's their fault.
like for me, I don't mind. I've had vibes or whatever, but it was very much understood. This is just a vibe. Like you're not the only person I'm vibing with. We could even go out in public and get something to eat. Like I'm not denying that I'm fucking you. I'm denying that I'm fucking with you like that. Like we're not together on those terms.
Or
But
only,
you want to go down the block and get some nachos? Oh yeah, of course we could do that. Like
I
I
mean,
like
yeah,
your
that's
dick is in my
cool.
mouth at this point. We could go out in public and get some fucking food. But also I like those links where you see me in public. I don't even need the head nod. Text me and I'll text you back. So it
Hey,
really it
Like, oh,
really
I
that's
can
depends on
tell
gang.
you.
what you here
That's
for.
gangster.
Because
I
people
like it.
may be here for a little bit of everything. So it depends. I be here for a little bit of ratata, a little ratatata, some something, a little everywhere, some something. So as long as everything is copacetic, everything is
Right.
straightforward, and nobody out here trying to do me boosie, then we straight. Then we straight.
I
Then
was
we straight.
about to say
Like,
that.
we don't have problems.
I feel like everything is fair game as long as everybody's on the same page and nobody's like swindling or finessing or lying or anything. As long as it's all clear and we both adults about it, everything should be good.
Right. I don't see the reason for anybody to be acting outside of their heads. Just be upfront. And if you don't like it, you just all you gotta do is keep it pushing. That's all it takes.
See,
That's all it
guys,
takes.
I don't want to go to man bashing yet, but
Go
guys,
ahead.
a lot of times
I
Go
will
ahead,
do.
Todd.
no, y'all gotta hear me out. A
Yeah,
lot of
go ahead.
times, guys be like, "Oh, women want us to be upfront about what we feel," but then when we be upfront, they don't like it. The difference with being upfront, if you upfront between when we first meet, like, "Oh yeah, I just want to fuck," then I have the decision to make, like, "Oh, I don't want to," or "Yeah, let's do it." But you telling me 3 months, 4 months, 5 months later is not being upfront. So then I have all right to be like, "What the fuck? You played me." I have all right to do that. It's not like, "Oh, women want us to be so upfront," but then when we do, it's wrong. You just chose the wrong time to be upfront. You should have did it a long time ago.
Yeah, but what's the
And
proper way for us
also,
just to walk up and say we want to fuck? We just say, hey, I want to fuck. Or, you know what I'm saying? What's the proper way to say that?
just let it be known. Like I'm not looking for anything. Just say it. Say it for what it is. Like it's a million
All
ways
right,
to say the word fuck. If you ever listen to 80s R&B, you know that there's a million ways to say fuck, sex, let's get it on, knocking the booze, meet in my bedroom, whatever you want to call it. However,
I'm
say
hot
that.
just like
Find
Yeah. Hey, I'm trying to
loving.
try that out. I'm
I
listen,
trying to try
need
that
some
out.
sexual
Hey,
healing,
will that
some
work
loving.
right there?
something.
Hey,
You
I'm trying
know,
to try that out.
So it's like
Exactly.
but
say that.
but
Like say
so
anything other than I'm looking for a girlfriend. I'm looking for a potential mother of my child. Say anything other than that. Like just let
but
it be known. We
I hear
friends. Because when you grown,
I
friends ain't
hear
just texting all day. They fucking. So
yeah, I
just
mean,
say
I
that.
hear y'all be saying y'all say, hey, if y'all want to have sex, just say it. We might want to have sex too. I
That's
mean, so
Definitely
true.
so. Definitely so.
why y'all ain't saying it?
I don't know about them folk, but I do. I can't speak
Ain't
for
nothing
them
wrong with
folk,
it either.
but
You're
I do.
so
But
annoying.
it's like for me though, I played a long game. Like I'm not even gonna hold you. There's some dudes where I was plotting on them when I was a virgin with no thought of having sex in sight for the longest, and still didn't hit them until like 4 years post sex. Like I will lurk on what I want, but I'm not just gonna put myself. If I want it, I really gotta sit on it for a while. I gotta see what type of women you into, because depending on what you stick your dick into, you can't put it in me after that. So I have to watch a lot of shit before I shoot my shot, because niggas are clowns and I'm not gonna be Nickelodeon with y'all. So I protect my assets, and my biggest asset is me. So, so I watch everything, but I'll definitely say it. Like, so what you doing? You trying to little sife some something, some something, some yeah, cause yeah, and that's
Yeah.
how that works. You ain't gotta do too much.
I can't honestly say that I went intentionally with just wanting to fuck somebody, but when back in my heyday, when the vibes was right, I knew the vibe when somebody was like, "Oh, you want to come over?" and I knew what type of shower I was taking and what I was gonna wear, like easy access stuff. Like it's like I already know what's gonna go down, and I'm not opposed to it. That was back. That's my way of saying I just want to have sex. That's my way. Just in my mind, I know. So you should be reading my mind, like you should know. I'm not the type to just say it because I'm not that vulgar. I can't do it.
I'm lewd as a motherfucker. I'm gonna say it because
you be beating around the bush for real.
I don't beat around the bush, but it's like I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, she about to say it. She about to say, "Yeah, nah, I don't beat around the bush, but I be beating around the bush a little bit."
I don't beat around the bush, but I beat around the bush. Yeah. And then if it happens, it's
she
like,
be subtle. That's the word. She's subtle with it. Like, she's not gonna.
With it. Yes,
that's the word. I got you. Yeah, because then I'm not the type like if you put out there and she knows that that's what she want, or maybe she didn't even notice you. You had to introduce yourself to her. Think about it. If she wants to, you're not gonna have to wonder type shit. She's not gonna fangirl over you because you're just a nigga. Like that's all. Like she's subtle about it. Some people they are subtle. I'm a very in your face type of person, so I don't know how to be subtle. It's gonna be like that. But people is like that. Some subtle though. I like the subtlety. And subtle niggas is cool. I like a subtle nigga.
She's so annoying.
I feel like that how both of you ladies are saying it. I feel like a lot of women take either that approach. They gonna put themselves in position or do little hints, or they gonna, put themselves or have that conversation or do something, but they're not gonna go all the way. They're not gonna throw themselves all the way out there to be like, this is yours if you want it. Like, and just what she said, y'all just men. We not gonna go above and beyond. We're not gonna hype it up to more than what it is. You can have it, but we ain't gonna make it like you all of that. And
right, exactly. Right, you're absolutely right.
And that's cool. That is cool if it was even on both sides. If it was even on both sides, because I feel like as men, when we approach women, we can't come in and downplay y'all. We gotta come in and up the tempo to even get in that position. I feel like women, it's just like, shoot, I can get dick anytime I want, so it don't really matter to me if you like that or not. But for men, we can't come with that same level of energy. So I know it's a little bit different in that dynamic, but
I feel like because y'all have so many other advantages when it comes to this game called sex, y'all can afford to take that L there. I feel like y'all can afford to take that L. How many L's do y'all need to take as a collective when it comes to this shit? Not a lot. So
no, I feel like niggas take L's every day. Every time they try to run down in the street and that's an L. I feel like
that's not an L. That's you played yourself. You
could have turned to the girl being like, "Oh, you look beloved."
Because you want to know why? That's not even an L. You played yourself, beloved. You've been standing out here since the crack ass of dawn, jumping at everything that you know you don't qualify to get, and now you mad and calling it L's when none of these women would have spoke to you if they was in high school. The same rules apply. Just because you're standing outside, don't change nothing. You played yourself. You know when a woman's interested. She rolled her eyes and coughed up phlegm when she walked past you. She ain't thinking about you, bro. She not. If you didn't know that, then I just don't fucking know. I don't know, because homeboy over there knew it. That's why they all laughing at you. Niggas know what they doing. They know what they doing. It's like, no, y'all could take the L every now and again. Like, no, because they get all the sexual freedom.
What you mean?
They get all the sexual freedom. Like, for example, like college days, I had a friend that didn't even go there. And in one night, on average, if he felt like it, 3 bitches was his minimum. Now, that was my brother. So I'm not going to say anything. These girls are my friends. You're not hurting nobody. A couple feelings maybe, but that's not my business. So I'm telling him about himself. But also, I'm patting this nigga on the back, because if I was a nigga, me, see, I'd be moving like a nigga. I'd be out here moving like a nigga. Like, what? I can get all this in one night. The only reason why women ain't doing it as much is because niggas are saying it's not okay. But who's telling the niggas it's not okay? Nobody. If a bitch go on camera and say she want a threesome with 2 niggas like I do, it's a problem. The first thing niggas want to say is, why would you want 2 dicks? Probably the same reason why you would want 2 pussies, because what's better than 1? 2, and that's what you like. That's like asking, why do you want 2 pieces of cake? fuck out of here. Like niggas say anything to
I
try to
disagree
demonize
because
people for
no,
having
'cause I
sex.
feel like
Like
a man could go out to, like, let's say he goes out to a party or to a club or whatever. He could go out that night with, oh, I'm about to, like, I'm finding somebody, I'm fucking tonight, and don't. But if a woman was like, oh yeah, I'm going
Right.
out, I'm fucking tonight, she will. So
Yep.
I think
but
I think it's
I
opposite.
Yep.
still feel like that's a man problem because men complain about that exact same thing. But it's like, I didn't realize that when you walked in this club, all these women grabbed you and said, no, we fucking tonight. Or did you get dressed to come to the club and ask these women for your shot at some pussy and they turned you down? Which one is it? If you can't be in a place and relax on some pussy for the night or let it come to you, you fucked up the pussy. That's your problem. That's your problem.
That is true. What
Like
you're saying.
niggas be getting turned down because women have class and they've also been shamed into saying no when they want to say yes. Women say yes, and because that's what niggas do. Niggas seek out these women, and women say yeah. It's not that many women shooting a shot for dick. Somebody asking them.
But y'all don't
Somebody
have to.
asking them.
Y'all don't have
Like,
to.
Y'all don't have to.
and all I'm saying is if y'all played the bougie dick card, y'all wouldn't have to neither. I know a lot of bougie dick niggas that ain't going through a lot of the shit these community dick niggas is going through.
No.
Play the bougie dick card sometimes.
Hold on. Let me take it back to what you said when you said, okay, that was your brother and he had 3 Jones and what it was. What you're talking about is the success of getting the one. We don't know the behind the scenes of how many women it took to him to get them 3 women. You get what I'm saying? You don't know how many turn downs it was. That at that point we're talking about these women you got locked in. We don't know how long it took to get all these women locked in. And that's what women fail to realize. Just because you out there shooting your shot, don't mean you hitting all the shots. You just you doing is showing what you making, not what you missing.
But I still feel like being the female on this end of the situation, I still wish that I was the man in the situation. I only say that because it's like they say, you only gonna miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And y'all taking all the shots. It's only natural that you're gonna miss. That's number one. Women, you'd be surprised how many women, it's like when men say things like, yeah, but women, they just get, because there's no shame in these niggas' game stopping them from asking us. It brings me back to my original point of niggas in society, and society is built off of the mentality of niggas, founding fathers, right? They told us sexual liberty for females. They told us that sexual liberty for females was a bad thing. Hence why women don't shoot their shot. Hence why women don't want to throw ass on niggas in the club. Hence why women don't want to fuck on the first date. Hence why women this, that, and third. Hence why a lot of shit. Hence why when women do these things, they're considered whores. My whole thing is that's still y'all problem because y'all came out to get rejected and she didn't because society said she can't. If she could, she would. But we can't, so we don't. So my thing is, for the shit y'all don't like, y'all really gotta check history because niggas set all this shit in motion. So we're stuck playing a game that we didn't even create.
Women will sit, like, if women are out, a group of women, they'll sit around each other and see a guy and be like, oh my god, I will fuck him, and that's the extent of it. But a man, he'll be around his friends and be like, I will fuck her and go talk to her. Women
because
are not,
society
so
makes that okay. Women
would just stay it to themselves or to their friends. Mm-hmm.
Like all the way down to niggas. Niggas will say shit. Niggas will say shit like, "Oh, I don't care. You could be all that with me." Yeah, and then when it's over, you gonna go tell your friends. Or you got niggas that'll be like, "Yeah, you fuckable, but not wifeable." It's no winning when you have fallopian tubes, my nigga. It's no winning. It's no winning. So my advice is safe up and do what you want to do because niggas been doing it. So just because y'all getting hurt in the process now, as of the past 5 years, that ain't no skin off my ass, and my ass is pretty big. It ain't no skin off my ass at all. Like, y'all playing yourselves after a certain point. Welcome to dating as a human, because that's what the fuck women been through.
It's like I'm fuckable but not wifeable because you wanted to fuck me and I said yes. That's crazy to me. You wanted to fuck me and I said yes. So now I'm a hoe.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's the part I don't.
Y'all both on point. And
yeah, I agree with that.
I've been saying that men are the reason women are not shooting their shot, are not being open about sexuality. Man, you can't be a man and say, I want to have sex with this woman, and then you get mad when she want to have sex. Like you can't have it both ways. You cannot be, oh, I want women to give it up. You know, I don't want to wait for sex and all that different stuff. And then when women out here giving it up, y'all going behind their back and saying, well, she a hoe, did X, Y, and Z. I said a lot of, and I agree, a lot of done it to themselves. It's kind of manipulation or birth psychology, whatever it is. But them taking that approach has hurt them in the process of women feeling free enough to come out with their sexuality. So a lot of women have to hide their thing. The only thing I disagree in that happening, men have to shoot their shot. Because if men don't shoot their shot, it's nothing gonna come to them. Closed mouths don't get fed. So
because we're not allowed to, quote unquote, it's not gonna happen because women are not allowed to shoot their shot. Unquote.
But
I'm saying allowed, for lack of a better word.
But I can see the frustration because in hindsight, I mean, near 3 of y'all is old enough to say that whatever society put on women, y'all had a hand to do, but y'all getting the fucked up end of the stick anyway. So I get what you saying. It is unfortunate. It's just like, nigga, do you know what it's like to be a woman? Do you really know how sexually deprived the woman species is? Like, I don't want to hear of it. I'm sorry. That's why I can't give you too much empathy, but I get it though. I get it.
But I can't say that y'all sexually deprived. I can't
no,
say
we
that.
Are.
Y'all
no, we are.
That's one thing that y'all, if anything we know a woman can get, it's some sex. We know that
for a fact. That
don't
mean it's good. That don't mean it's fulfilling. That don't mean it's soul touching. That don't mean it's gut wrenching. That don't mean it's a lot of shit.
I disagree with that because because a lot of people's favorite lines is when a girl be like, "Oh, I want to have sex, but I can't. I'm not having sex with nobody right now." They be like, "Oh, just go look at your DMs." I don't want to have sex with those people. Like we have to be, but we have to have standards because if we don't have standards, y'all gonna talk about that too. So it's
ain't no winning when you have.
It's just saying that.
No winning.
Okay, you don't want to have sex with those people, but you basically saying that the access is there.
That's
all you gotta do is just basically
access is there, but the want is not.
We don't have, but what we're saying compared to men to women, we don't have the access to. It's not just women just waiting around. We have to go out there and make access to. You know what I'm saying?
First of all, porn says there's hot centers in your area, so never forget that.
Porn is a liar. Porn be a liar.
Porn say a lot of things.
So you have the access.
That's what a messed up the sex right now. People going about what porn talking about. Porn the best.
Do I not say that all the time on our show? Niggas really got porn and real sex, motherfuckers.
That ain't real life. They act
like that's not real. That is fake. That is fake. You watch Jenna Jameson get fucked every single day for 3 months consecutively. Does that bitch not bleed? It's all fake. Like, it's fake. That's why porn be getting me so tight. I'd rather make that shit because at some point the director yelled cut, and that's not how sex works. I don't like that. Like, I don't like that. After a while, fucking porn get old. Like, the director yells cut. Who yells cut? It'd be a lot going on. It'd be a lot.
I try not to think about that part though, because this is gonna take the desire away. I try to when I immerse myself in it, like this is really happening. This is real.
I can't help it, especially when they get the close up on their skin. You don't see no type of spit, juices, fluids, and nothing. It's just dry on dry, and then
but you don't see no juices you on the wrong channel.
Yo, some of that porn be like that. Like everybody be dry and fucking way down. Wettest thing on motherfuckers be they sweating their lips. Like, bro. No way you thought I was. No, I'm not watching this. I'm not watching this. Like, her pussy turning red. Her pussy's turning red. I'm not watching this. Like, like, the fuck? That's why I only like black porn, because at least when they in pain, like, you know, our melanin is gonna mask our body. Them white ones and all that other shit, they in pain and they get bruised up and smacked or choked too much. Now they got the handprints on the neck. I feel like I'm watching Law and Order, and that's not attractive neither. So I only watch the black porn.
I'm gonna read like 4 comments, y'all. Let me touch you. Podcast say, men be swearing we want to sleep with whoever comes along. Just because the options are there, it doesn't mean we want.
No. That's not what we saying. Though. We ain't saying that that you want to. We just saying that if you did want to, it wouldn't be hard. Just like you just said with the whole club scenario. If our objective is to get pussy at the end of the night, it's not going to be, as successful as it would be if that was y'all playing at the end of the night. Now, I mean, not saying, of course, not saying that just because the access is there, that means you're going to do it.
I feel for y'all. I do feel for y'all.
I feel for y'all.
Yeah, but that's all we said. It ain't no. We know y'all got it. We on the sex department, we know y'all had that. But we trying to see where the miscommunications at. Because I feel like if it comes down to a woman if a man is at a club and a woman's at a club, if a woman wanted to go home with the man that she really sexually attracted that night, a woman can pull that off versus a man going home with the woman that he finds the most attractive in that club. There's a different level of competition. Men just have to work harder to get sex. Women it's just death for y'all. Y'all can either take it or leave it. That's just how it is.
Y'all control the sex, but we control for real when it comes to actually like the relationships. Actually get into the relationship.
Oh well, okay, maybe.
They right though.
That's why
listen,
that was about to say that.
right.
I was about to say that's why you were just like earlier. Oh, you ain't about to hurt my feelings and tell me, oh no, we ain't together.
That's how, but honestly, that's why I advocate to all my female friends is you don't stop crying, shut the Mary J off and start moving like your daddy back in the 90s. Like, why are you sitting here crying? Why are you crying when you got a whole playbook in front of you? Go do what that nigga's doing. What are you here crying for? Go play.
I mean, it sounds cool, but the playbook, the playbook.
Listen,
get old.
that playbook.
The playbook get old.
That shit only get as old as the two people playing it, and I will play that bitch as long as you think you finna play with me. You don't want to play no more? Put the controller down.
Why not just cut them off?
I do that too, but it also depends. Like,
I'm just saying, you talking about
it's the Aquarius in me, right? I don't bother nobody, so I really live under don't start no shit, won't be no shit. But if you start some shit, I'm really gonna drag it, fillet it, chop it up, and end it. Like, you really don't understand. I'm not to be fucked with, like, at all, on no level, because my brain is set up. I'm really sinister, and I will hurt your feelings. I will hurt your feelings. So if you even attempt to hurt mine, I don't care if you succeeded or not. I'm really going to shit on you because why did we even get here? Why would you even try me like that? Y'all, why would you even do that?
Like that, Butter? Hey, Butter, y'all Aquarius is like that, Butter? I didn't know y'all getting down like that.
What?
I dated a male Aquarius. He was my first. He was definitely like that. He was just dumber than me. But that's saying anything because we were both 19 at the time. But he was dumber than me at the time. Like, I was the brains behind that operation. No shade, but I was the brains behind that operation. Like,
you know what?
I can't. Like, I'll only cut you off if it's genuinely not working. Like, you didn't try to play me. There was no finesse. You didn't try to get over. None of that He-Man woman hater mindset. It just didn't work. That's life. But you tried to play me? Oh, baby. Oh, honey. No. No, I'm not just gonna cut you off. That's too easy because you could have just left me the fuck alone. So now I'm gonna play. This is clearly what you're gonna do. Pick the controller.
What do you consider somebody trying to play you?
Lying when you ask me, what am I looking for, and I put it out there, and you pretend as if that's also what you want, so you can get access to whatever it is that you're looking for: sex, company, a vibe, just somebody to sit and look pretty. Niggas do this thing. I know niggas that pretended to have degrees. They pretended to have degrees just so that just because they thought that would give them a chance to talk to me. Like, niggas are liars. So my thing is, if you're lying unprovoked when you have all opportunity to be yourself, God help you if I find out who you really are, because now I'm gonna have to treat you like who you are, and who you are is a joke. Now I'm gonna treat you like a joke. I'm gonna treat you like a joke. Not only did you present yourself to be one, you thought I was a fool. And that's one thing I ain't gonna be. Like, I'm not gonna be like you.
That's what I don't like. Don't play with my intelligence. Because I'm so, like, aware and go hard on my sleep type person. But if you play with my intelligence, it's like I know what you're doing and you're gonna sit there and lie, or you're gonna say something that I know is not true. When I know the truth, that's when I become a different person. Every other thing is like I'm gonna cry. But if you play with my intelligence, then I'm an evil person. Because I don't like that. Don't do that to me.
Right. Like, sometimes it be little shit as far as just telling you the truth. I'll just tell you the truth. Men don't like the truth either. I'll just tell you every time you ask me something, I'm gonna give it to you straight and funky, and that's gonna hurt you even more. So it's like, however you want to go about this game, we could go about it. But just know there's a book on how to play this game written for me too, and I wrote it. Like, we gonna play.
I agree. I agree with you as far as like, because I feel like that'd be the main issue for real, is that a lot of people do come in, not really, being honest. They not really being them natural selves. And then once you get to that certain point, then it's just like, all right, then you really see what the person's all about. But I feel like that's really just our job, to really pay attention to that type of shit and really understand who the hell we talking to. Because at the end of the day,
I live by. Don't ever let somebody show you who they are twice, and don't ever let somebody tell you they don't want you twice. Because the first time is that's it. You're done. You're done for. I don't really do recycling. Once you already play me, you're done.
Right.
You know,
I mean, that's what I say. If you play, that's what I said. I mean, if you find that they just playing or bullshitting, I mean, I feel like that's just the cue to me move on.
Nah, I'm gonna hurt your feelings in the process. It's that or I'm gonna get you touched, but we getting too old for that, and I'm not going to jail. So I'll just play with you. Like,
if it gets that point where you gotta put your hands on somebody, it's not.
I would just send my dad. To be
gotta let them
honest, like I would just send my dad. With my dad, I don't introduce everybody to my family. Only 2 niggas have met my pops, but he let both of them know you cool till she say you not, and that's how he left the conversation.
I know
because that's all it takes.
I've known Sierra for like 14 years, and I've only seen her father like maybe twice. So I know that what she's saying is true. like maybe
I'm not like, please, like I never had to use a I'm finna go get my father moment. I purposely do my best to stay out those moments. If I gotta go get my father, it's really a wrap for you, young man. Like, so treat me like you want somebody to treat your mama. It's within you and your mama's best interest to treat me like you want somebody to treat your mama. Or just leave me alone.
My way of maneuvering is I'm not really I'm not the blocker. I don't block people. I don't follow. I don't do that. You played me and I'm gonna act like you don't exist, but you're still gonna follow me, and I'm still gonna follow you because I'm moving on with my life. You want to see what I'm doing, I'm gonna see what you're doing, and I'm not gonna care. So that's what's gonna hurt you more. That's how.
Hey, buddy, you got any more comments you wanna read before we move to the next topic?
All right, yeah, all right. Girls talk about she said access is there, but quality is not. Let me talk. Say amen, girl talk. Daybreak say I got tired of playing. I was just playing myself. Hogan and family say you cannot play a man if you move off emotions. And Daybreak say I agree. Moving off emotions is not good.
Right. So we gonna go ahead and pick up on this next topic. I felt like Sierra, she mentioned it earlier that even while you're talking to somebody or in the dating stage, it is possibility that it is other people that you're dealing with, other people that you're talking with, other people that you're going out with. So the next question that we have is, when do you cut off the other people that you're dealing with to focus on that one person? Is it when the title has been presented to you as whatever y'all are, or is it when feelings have been caught between the two of you? When is it time to cut off all the other people that you're dealing with and focus on one person?
I feel like that is when you feel as though you've now reached the point where to move forward with this person, you do have to cut off everybody else to put your 100% into that person. But also, it's about show and prove as well. So it's also about the other person. I feel like you should never just move off of emotions. You might feel like it's time to advance and you're ready to cut everybody off, but then that person does not feel like that. You've already cut everybody off. So a conversation needs to be had, but when you do feel like it's getting to that point, that's when you should probably start closing up the loose ends you're willing to probably not get back if this doesn't work.
I slightly agree, but I also kind of disagree. Like I like a serial dater. I date a lot. Like I used to go on multiple days. 1 week, one person, 1 week, another person, because I want to know different people. But I feel like I'm self-aware to the point where I know if I'm ready to cut people off and focus on one person, I'll do that regardless of what the other person wants to do. I don't want to move on how they're moving, because if you're not on my time and I cut my hoes off, it ain't nothing for me to get them back anyway, or some other ones or whatever. Like, it's not like, oh, you got to do it, I'm gonna do it too. I'm gonna just do it when I want to. And if you're not moving like that, then that's fine. We don't have to talk no more, and I'm gonna just go back to the life I had before after this, because it's really no point. Like, I don't think it has to be a mutual thing. I don't think it's really that deep. Because if you don't want to, then
I feel like for me it has to be mutual, because I'm not. I call it like I have very little regard for people and a lot of shit. So it's like if I am taking out that time, and then there's never actually been anybody where it's like, oh yeah, I want this nigga. It's always been he's interested, I'm single, am I interested enough to entertain this and see where this is going? Yes or no? If I click yes, then I will proceed. If I don't, I just ignore them. Like, literally, that's just how I am, because every day somebody is trying to be in my face. It is that easy. I just see who's what. But it has to be mutual because I don't believe in cutting off anybody for nobody if that's not what we decide we're doing. Why would I do that? Why would I cut everybody off for you when there's other people cutting people off for me? It has to be mutual. I'm never going to give more than what somebody's ready to return because I don't got enough of that shit to replenish to give to somebody else because I'm constantly dating. I don't got time for that. The good energy, the shit that should be preserved for those deserving, it'll stay preserved. So when this is a copacetic situation for us, we gonna move forward. But I'm not just gonna move forward because in my head, this is what we doing. In your head, we only on chapter 1. Now I'm sitting here looking like a dummy that never read the back of the book. Like, I ain't gonna do it. I can't do it. So it's just like, no, what are we doing? Okay, you're not ready. Now you're cut off, and somebody else is just gonna take that seat, and that's how we keep the rotation moving. So somebody decides we want to stop the rotation. Like everybody's free to make choices.
You said what?
I said, what's your thoughts on that?
I mean, well, you know me, I don't really date for real anyway. You know, so I mean,
What?
I felt.
like,
I mean,
so it's like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I really, like I said this before. I really feel like that it's harder to really, you know, give somebody a chance when you really, you know, got multiple people that you're talking to, because at the end of the day, if somebody does something that throws you off, you know, at the end of the day, that's probably just gonna, you know, put your attention on one of the other people you just really try and get to know. So let's just say somebody do something that you don't really like for real. Now you probably not talking to them, but you just, but you know, at the end of the day, is it really red flag? Is it really red flags?
It's a red flag if it turns me off.
I don't like, that's a red flag. It may not be a red flag for somebody else, but if somebody does something that turns me off, that's a personal red flag. Like
I've actually had a guy tell me. I told the guy he told me, you know, he wants to see this go. I said, okay, we're 2 months in of trying to date, see where this is going. He did something I didn't like. I'm straightforward enough to be grown enough to say so. So I said so. I said, you know, I didn't really like that. Kind of turned me off. That man said to me, I don't care that you turned off. That's all it took. Spun that nigga like a web. Spun him like a web. I spun him like a web. I spun him like a web. And he's still trying to get back. You will never in life, you'll never know what it looks like. Like I could tie the cherry on this bitch and you wouldn't know it because you're done. You're done. You're done. It only takes one time. Because that's what dating is. Don't fuck up. Move your meat, move your seat. Like that's how that goes.
Like,
but let me hold up, Timo, before you go. Let me add to what she's saying. People are moving like this because they feel like it's an unlimited option. That you mess up one time, it's somebody right behind you, like you just said.
Right.
Really. Or I can easily find somebody else to take your place, or I can add somebody else to the rotation. It ain't that much to get you replaced.
That shit ain't
we ain't got that much time in. We don't have that much time in for me to be. Think about it. True feelings comes from experiencing something with that person where you can feel as though this is that person. And I'm not gonna hold you. Us going to our separate jobs and going out on dates every now and again and fucking, that's not enough. What exactly are we going through where I gotta feel that inclined to you? Why? Because you like me and I like you? That's not enough. We're not in fifth fucking grade. Well, it is that easy to replace a motherfucker when y'all just dating. This is the part where you're supposed to show that you can be somebody.
But it's funny though. I feel like y'all want
me to do. Like, I'm not doing that.
I feel like y'all want that.
We gotta go through something. Like, you could be with a person for a whole year, and that's literally why they call it puppy love. Look at the 14-year-olds that was with their little boyfriend for the whole 9th grade year. Y'all didn't go through shit. You can't even bring that motherfucker home and let them and you can't even introduce him to your mama because you can't date. That's not real. It's puppy love. You only know it for what it is, and that's in school hours. 8 to 2. 8 to 2. Your relationship runs from Monday to Friday from 8 to 2. What did we go through? What makes me inclined to you? What makes you irreplaceable? Or at least makes me feel like you're irreplaceable? Nothing. Like nothing makes you irreplaceable until we get to that point where I feel like this is the person I want to do life with. Until then, you just a nigga in life, going through life, and I'll see you sometime in life. Like that's dating. That's dating. You gotta put your best self forward. Like nobody just gonna take you because you want them. Jobs don't even work like that. Like it's not working like that.
Like if I were to take it back to the dating most people, if somebody does something I don't like and it's a red flag and I can cut them off easily, then there was never going to be anything to begin with. But if somebody does something I don't like and I think about it and it's like, nah, that's really my nigga though. Like I can't, like, all right, he did this, but that's really my nigga though. Like I really fuck with this nigga. Then I'm not going to just cut them off that easily. But anything else, if I could just cut you off that easily, it wasn't going to be anything to begin with. We didn't really go through anything. We don't have an episode.
But what's the time frame? What time frame are we speaking about? Because for what I'm saying, I feel like y'all just talking about dudes to come in a week, a month.
That's what I was about to say, because it's like, it seems like we have to.
Are we talking relationships or just people we dating?
No, just dating. Y'all just, you know, talking.
Because it's like we have to come in and really put that effort in. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all want that consistency, that effort, you know, from the jump, that attention and all that.
Not me. Not me. That's why I do have to break it to these niggas, like, because I'm not to throw any shade. I don't know how old y'all are, but like me and her, like, we're 26, and niggas, they really, I just had to ask my guy friends this: what is it about niggas in this generation where they know they got options, they're using their options, checking the list 1, 2, 3 times, but they will demonize a female for having said options and checking her list 1, 2, or 3 times? That's bullshit. And that's bullshit that you can't get a female with some sense to conform to. So it brings me back to the first point. How long is dating? 4 to 6 months. Those are replaceable niggas. 4 to 6 months, that's replaceable. Hell, you replace your hair pieces every 4 to 6 fucking months. You replace your braids every 3 months. Like, people are fucking replaceable until they're not. And people don't want to hear that shit, but it's the truth. You are, in fact, replaceable until you are not. And that comes with showing and proving. What did we do in these 4 to 6 months of dating where you've done a certain amount of things and I keep letting it slide for the sake of betterment of us? Who are you? Who the fuck do you think I am? Like that's what I be trying to figure out. Like, it's certain shit that you can bend with and work with, and the other shit am I doing all the bending and back and breaking and we only 10 months in? That's a glimpse of the relationship. That's already a glimpse of shit, and that's how you end up alone, a single mama, upset, mad, bitter, whatever you want to call it. Putting up with shit when you're dating for the sake of betterment to get to a relationship. If you can't prove that you're suitable enough to be who I need you to be now, I'm not going to wait until I decide to take on that role to think you're going to prove now. That's like marrying a nigga that don't show you he husband material until after the honeymoon. Girl, please, you playing yourself.
And then y'all arguing or about to get a divorce and you sitting there looking like, well, how did this happen? Because you didn't see the signs. Like, you didn't pay attention to the signs.
Women have a tendency to create love, and men have a tendency to take all the time in the world until they feel that love. And that's something I've always commended men on. Men have an upper hand in dating that they don't even understand because a lot of their end goals is pussy. And niggas, and I tell niggas this all the time, I love when niggas complain, oh, this bitch, this, pick better bitches. Ain't that what y'all used to say to us until we started acting like niggas? Pick better men, pick a better bitch. You did it to yourself. I don't listen to no nigga sob stories at all. No, because the same way we did it to ourselves, and that's an accountability that you gotta reckon with, recognize that you did it to yourself too. Because if I knew that bitch was no good and I'm not the one fucking her, how you fucking her tonight, you ain't know that bitch was no good. Ain't no closer form of intimacy than sex. So how you didn't know? How you didn't know? You laying down with a demon every night.
I feel like you you're onto it. You're right, but I feel like when you're saying that men have these plethora of options,
they do.
They're not all them options as I'm about to go down one by one and wipe up every one of these girls.
Nah, when I say options, I mean like the things that niggas complain about in relationships. I have friends that are 32 years old and they going through shit I ain't never had to go through in none of my situations. And it literally is because you set the tone like that. It's like, my man, why are you allowing that to happen to you? Why are you not putting your foot down? Did you know that you are also allowed to say no, this, that, and the third? That just because you're a guy doesn't mean that you can't. I guess society told you that, but now it's 2021 and you were born in 89. Act like you were born in 89. Understand that we're not slaves. Understand that this is not the 50s and you're not your grandfather and you got to put up with Sally Mae. You don't got to do all of that. That bitch bugging, you can tell that bitch she's bugging. She's doing something you don't like. You can tell her she's doing something you don't like. Anything you don't like, you can walk away from. Niggas don't. A lot of the shit niggas complain about, it's like, you let it happen. Why would you let it happen? Most bitches would have left. Now you sitting here looking like the dumb bitch in the situation. You never seen a nigga go out sad like he a female? To me, that's the funniest, most disgusting thing I could ever see in my life. Because as a man, how you going out like a female? That's so funny to me. It's so sad. Like, it's so sad. It's worse than being a simp. It's worse than being a simp.
I feel
I'd
like
cut
men
your ass
walk,
forever.
but I feel like men walk sooner than a woman will walk. You're saying men should just walk away when they see something they don't like or whatever. I feel like men are quicker to walk away when they see something they don't like than a woman. Women will sugarcoat things and be like, all right, well, maybe it was just that one time, or maybe this was just that one moment. They'll stay longer and tolerate more than a man would. So I disagree.
I feel like for the harder shit,
women,
I feel like for
go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I feel like women move off of potential. Like even if a man is he could be this if all this works out. I feel like men just look at a woman. This is what she is right now. This is what it is. But go ahead.
Right. So my thing is, it's like, for example, it's like I was doing like some research on my own, and it's like all the way down to why women stay with physically abusive men. Well, why do men stay with financially abusive women, verbally abusive women, emotionally abusive women? For the exact same reasons that she stayed with the nigga that put his hands on her. It's the exact same shit. But the same way that we will tell somebody that just got battered to pick better choices, and you could have you also have a say so. Men share these posts like nobody gives a fuck and this, that, and the third. Yeah, okay. But when do you give a fuck enough about yourself to change your narrative for you? You want to be able to change it for all men. You're one person. You're not Martin Luther King Jr. or nobody. But when do you take what you know to better yourself as a man? When do you upgrade from a nigga to a high value man or a high value nigga? Because every nigga ain't fit to be a man. Some niggas is just niggas. So when do you evolve? Like, do you ever evolve? Like, that's my thing. It's like, bro, she was doing this, that, and the third. Leave her. I got a cousin right now, and he's going through so much shit. I had to block him. He's no longer allowed to call me about relationships with his bitch anymore. Because I told him the next step is I'm gonna beat her up. As your cousin, I'm going to beat her up because you're too soft to leave this bitch alone, and she's dogging you. You look like a bitch. I'm telling him this every day of the week. You look like a bitch. You posting this girl's picture on Facebook, and she's telling Facebook she's fucking the next nigga. You don't got to put up with that, man. That's the shit that bitches put up with. That's the shit bitches put up with. You don't have to put up with that shit. You a whole man. Like,
I have a friend. He puts up with an emotionally abusive and verbally abusive woman. He puts up with her all the time. He be calling me and telling me. I'd be like, why don't you just tell her to stop, or why don't you just leave her, or why don't you just stop letting her come over or come home or whatever. However the situation is, because it changes week to week. Yes. But I feel like men get more stuck in like emotionally abusive and verbally abusive things than women, and women get stuck more physically abusive things, and they have a hard time leaving. I don't know what that's about, but the whole verbally abusive thing, that's crazy. Women need to not all women, but women who do that, they do need to watch their tongue, because that's a different abuse.
And that's actually the history that most Black relationships are based on. To be honest, you got to talk to the older generation to really get the whole spiel of it all. But that's really where that shit comes from. Somebody raised niggas. Okay? So somebody raised niggas.
I feel like y'all looking at it because I feel like as society, they painted men to be this one thing. These mighty men, unbothered, strong, holding up everything. And that's not necessarily reality. Depending on how that man is raised, depending on how that man's character is built. So some men are not them type, like I said, some men are not up to that standard of they mighty withal, can hold withal. Some men are just naturally lesser, or what they would say beta in some instances. So you will run into a woman who was maybe been raised by a father or a dominant figure, or she's naturally dominant, and that woman will take over that man because he doesn't have that extra so-called man in him to where he's to where that woman looks upon him as beta. But what I'm trying to get people to understand is that two alphas cannot be together anyways. Two betas cannot be together anyways. So whether it's the woman alpha or the man's the beta, or the man's the alpha and the woman is the beta, it has to be that either way. You have to find your match. Whatever you are, you have to find that. I think a lot of
like
I
feel like there can
go ahead.
There can be a siege in powers where I feel like both people can come to terms where they can both be of that nature. Like, for example, me and my nigga. Like, people assume that I don't listen to him. He's an artist. He's a painter. I'm loud, social media major, social activist. Like, they don't believe that I listen to this man. It's like, I don't really think you understand the dynamic of this relationship, and I'm not gonna explain it to you. But no, this man gets listened to. Like, I listen. Like, I listen to him. Like, I don't think you know what listening to a man is. Like, I listen to this man, but also yet and still, that's me being submissive. I choose to be submissive because he has proven that he can lead. Now, can I lead on my own as an alpha submissive woman? I can. I've been single. I came into this world as an individual. I'm going to die as an individual. So I can do the things that he does for me. But it is always nice to know somebody gives a fuck about you enough to take that burden and lessen it for you. But it's never the fact of me meeting my match, because if I ever had to turn up on that man, I would. I've never been in a situation where I needed to. I don't believe he'll put me in a situation where I'll have to, making it all the more easier for me to submit to this man. He ain't asking something crazy.
It's not about meeting your match. It's not, when I say two alpha, it's not about this person is a bigger alpha than you. It's that you have to find somebody that you can submit to. And if a man has not shown the qualities to make you submit to that man, and you are alpha, then you cannot be with that man. But so it has to be like you just said. They don't think you listen to this man, but you listen to him. So you're taking a submissive role, letting him be the dominant, and you picking up the slack. And that's how it works. If you was like, I know you dominant, but I'm gonna keep my dominant, y'all gonna both clash heads. One of y'all gonna have to.
But I personally don't feel like it's a personality trait. It can be depending on the relationship, but I feel like mature people take on the role that's necessary for the situation. So in a good, I feel like in a good communicative relationship, if let's say the woman is more financially like coherent, she'll be the alpha for the finances, and the man will be the beta. But if the man is more alpha for like the households and for the kids or whatever, then he'll take on that role. I feel like it has to be a balance. It doesn't need to be a relationship where it's alpha, beta, or the man is the man is alpha, woman's the beta. Yeah. You just have to know your balance in your relationship. Yeah. I don't think it has to go with being. I personally am a little bit more of a submissive woman, but it doesn't have to be that you have to be a submissive woman. You guys just have to know your balance in a relationship, and that's all just comes down to compatibility. Yeah. And if it's not there, it's not there. That's how I feel.
Right. Like, and that's what it comes down to. Like, sometimes it's 60-40, sometimes it's the 80-20 rule, sometimes that shit is like 10-90. Like, somebody has to pick up the slack for the other if that's what y'all choose to do. It's easier that way.
I mean, but that's what I always say, because I feel like as men, they put men in the box that have to do this. As women, they put y'all in the box that as a woman to a man, you do this for a man. But I said that if you put in the box, you're not using people to their strengths. It could be something that a woman's supposed to know how to do that she does know how to do, that a man is excellent at. It's the thing, and it could be a thing that a man is supposed to know how to do, he don't know how to do, and the woman's excellent at. But you're gonna tell him, oh, since you a man, you're supposed to do this. She ain't gonna do this. So you're supposed to work to each other's strength. Forget about all these gender roles.
Exactly.
This man, this. If you're in a relationship, work to each other's strengths. Whatever you're good at, then you work to that and build a relationship. Stop worrying about who's the dominant one, who's the beta one, who you the main supposed to do this, you the one supposed to do this. Work to each other's strengths and get the job done. That's it.
Because there's no cookie cutter for relationships. It just depends on the people that's in it. It's not this is how it's supposed to be. It just depends on who's in it and what they like and how they work. That's it. It's just so simple.
It could be that simple. I people just have to be able to listen more and remove the ego as they do so. I feel like a lot could get done that way. That's just what I think, so I could be wrong. But I feel like that's always the easy fix.
I mean, don't take my advice, but hey.
Listen, I always say that. That's just me. Don't take my advice. Hell.
But if you can, read a couple of more of them comments before we move on to this last topic.
All right. What I'm saying, Deanna said, I'm legit either on command or at will. Daybreak said, yes, I don't want to act masculine for no reason. And Deanna said, like a partnership 50-50, but in a partnership, you're both doing for each other instead of doing more than one another.
And so, I was just about to read the last. Go ahead and say what you want to say.
Go ahead. You want to say something?
Oh yeah.
That's talking to me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, I
Whoever.
was just making a quick. I was just making a quick comment. I was like, like it's like the people in the comments got a good idea. A little 50-50, a little give, a little take, a little push, a little pull. Yeah,
A little razzle
like
that.
keep shit copacetic, y'all. That's all it takes.
So the last topic that we have is, okay. Once you find that person that you've cut off all your people for, and you said, this the person that I want to start a relationship with, I want to move forward with. A lot of people says, I'm dating to be married. The person that I'm dating is the person that I want to marry in the future. So the question I have is, when you're dating, when do you see this person as being marriage material? As in, do you see this person in the beginning as marriage material, or as you deal with that person more, you say, okay, I can see myself with this person in marriage long term?
As it
I
builds up,
personally don't think
as
I,
it goes
I
up.
don't start thinking about that until like a little bit into the date, like not to date. Imagine first date, think about that. I don't really start thinking about that until a couple of months into dating, because a lot of people put on a facade. So if I go based on how you show me as the first date, everybody's probably husband material because everybody's putting on that mask. But after I see you for a couple of times and I see how you treat me in pressing situations and how you are with me when I'm sad or when I'm a little bit annoying or being my crazy self, then I would know if you're husband material. Or especially when it comes down to like finances and bills and all that type of stuff, that stuff is nothing to play with.
Right. I like to
I be
wait for
damn
like
if
the
I know.
relationship. I just like to wait for it to get somewhere. I just feel like you got to see people in multiple seasons before you really know who they
Exactly.
are. And I don't want to create a version of what I believe to be the nature of our relationship when in fact that's not what's happening. Because I've noticed that as a woman, like sometimes in my own relationship, it's like, damn, this shit getting kind of hard. Like I don't like this. Hold on now. And I've had to sit with myself and I had to check myself because it's like, of course you didn't expect this. This is not what you looked at when you looked at the relationship because you're stupid and you moved off emotion rather than logic. And now we're here. So what are you gonna do about it? And it forces you to buckle down and examine the nature of your relationship and really decide if that's what you want. So and I'm here. So I mean, hey, it's worth a little something, right? But I feel like like you should let it go. Like you don't know a motherfucker until you see them mad and broke.
Right.
Okay, mad and broke. You
Heavy,
don't know a
heavy
motherfucker
on
until they are mad and broke.
I gotta see. I gotta see every dimension of your face, not physical face, but how you are in every situation to know if this is somebody I want to be with. Because in marriage, you're gonna be dealing with life and death situations, people dying, family members dying, like money problems, just all
Right.
types of
And
stuff is
marriage.
gonna happen when you're married. And if you fold or if that person buckles and then you're already married and you be like, this is not the type of person I want to be married to, now you got a divorce on your hands, and who wants that?
Divorces cost just as much as the wedding. Shit. And I'm not doing that either. So I'm not doing that either. If I put on a white dress, it's for one time purposes only.
Exactly. I'm getting married time only.
Hey,
Yeah,
so
them,
I was gonna ask Butter, his take. When does he feel, a woman would be marriage material, and is that early or was it later on?
Yeah, it's gonna be later on. 'Cause like the lady was saying, everybody gonna be faking from the beginning, or you got to put
Like,
on your front to, to show that you something that you're not, and then eventually it fall off. Like I be telling you
Mhm.
about the dudes be opening up them damn car doors the first couple of dates. They get the pom pom, they don't open up the doors no more. You feel what I'm saying? Like shit just changed.
That after pussy energy is something else.
Yeah,
I'm
and
you feel me?
telling
No,
you.
no, and that's real. And no, after dick
It's
energy
real.
too. Remember, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You give a bad performance, you're like, oh man, I might don't talk to him no more. I mean, you feel what
no,
I'm saying?
I feel like no. After dick energy is good energy. After pussy energy is bad energy. That's the difference. If
Nah,
it's
I ain't
good,
gonna hold you. I will.
it all
I be acting a little. I'll act a little safe regardless. That it could have been. Mwah, it could have been all that, and I'll still treat it like you because just cause. just to keep you on a leash. I really like bothering people. I realize that about myself. I
Just keep you
enjoy
on a leash.
bothering
Go ahead.
people. And I think that it's funny. Like, I don't care how good it is. I could be in the group chat. I could be fantasizing at work. I could be looking at my coffee cup in the morning. But to you, it was just some sex, and that's all it was. And I may or may not be back, but we don't know. Gotta find out. Gotta find out when you text me. I love keeping people on their toes. I think it's hilarious. I think it's hilarious. It's fun. It's fun because
Hey,
niggas
no
will
Noah.
sweat.
Hey, no
I'm,
Noah. That good D make them phone calls. No Noah. They gonna make them calls.
I,
I mean, I do agree. I do agree that a female, if you give it to them right, it will give them that extra umph. But I do feel like a lot of females are like her, but they try to play it cool as long as they
they
can.
try. They
And
try,
because
but
So
that
say it again.
They
see,
they
but
try to
Try.
play
try.
it
because
You
cool.
know
That's
what
a
I'm
good
because
saying?
I'm an
word.
Like
Try.
asshole, like
Yeah.
they
I
try.
will let
Like
you.
you get the
But I'm the thing. I'm the type. I'm gonna at least laugh at it and own up. Like, yeah, that's what I was doing, but I was only doing it to be an asshole. Like, that's just who I am. Like,
Yeah.
it's fun to me. Like, cause we both know if you won't fuck with you, if you not fucking again, you will know before we part ways that was the last time you'll see me. I'm gonna make that very clear. I'm gonna make
let me
that.
ask,
Don't call me. I am not gonna call you. You can't call me. You're blocked. So that's that. But I will let you know. Like, yeah, I was gonna come over anyway. I just had to do X, Y, and Z because that's just who I am. Like, I'm just a talker, so I'm gonna tell you what the plan was anyway. After I get it off my chest, you may as well just let me do it. I'm gonna tell you anyway. Like, yeah, no, it was good. I'm bothering you. It was good. I'm just
so
playing. Like,
let me ask
If
y'all
I don't
something.
text, if I don't text you, I made it home. You already know what's up. Like, don't
Yeah,
even,
yeah.
don't
I
even
Come on,
get
come
up.
bother.
on. Yeah, that's a given right there. That's a given.
Yeah.
Come on. You
Heck
don't
yeah.
give you that text, then you know shit went all bad.
So
Yo.
let me ask you something. Y'all something. So when it comes with y'all being with somebody, do y'all feel like what anything goes in the bedroom, or is just
Yes.
all on
Yeah.
what
You
you
listen to
into?
the Wet Lounge. You gotta listen to the Wet Lounge. Everybody stream the Wet Lounge on Apple and all services. Because I always say I feel like sex is a yes game. I don't think you should say no to anything. I don't, especially if you're with your person. I feel like that's just, you want to try this, yeah.
Yeah.
You want to do this? You with it?
That's
I'm
how
with
I
it. Let's
feel.
do it. Like, and then we laugh about
That's
it
how I feel.
later.
But let
Right.
me
I be
let me
trying to put the niggas I'm with onto some shit. Like, they be having some powerful ass vanilla sex, but it's like, where is the real nasty shit? Like, you said you was gonna teach me something. I'm the one showing you all the tricks. Where's your tricks? Where's your Barney bag? Pull it out. Something.
what
Like,
what
You
they need
got a lot of
everything.
women.
I wish
You
the
got a lot of
Barney
women
bag.
who call themselves freaks, but be basic as a
Man, listen.
motherfucker.
but we
Man,
had
listen.
we had a lot of women on the show say that they hold out giving everything they got in sex. They don't give everything they got to sex to, you know, all their sexual partners. They try to
You
save
can't.
some of for actual relationship. So you ladies are saying that whether it's a fuck buddy, one night stand, whatever it is, y'all going all out or y'all saving
No.
it
No,
for
Your person is literally your person. Like, it don't gotta be the person you're officially with, but like, that's the person you do all your
the
fucking
person
and
you're comfortable
interacting
having
with.
sex with.
But like, me per se, you gotta be my nigga because the shit I'm doing, a stranger can't
Yeah, that's what
see
I was
this
about to say,
shit.
bro. If they
A
get
Right.
stranger
if
cannot
you
see
giving
this
them that
shit.
full nasty, bro, y'all ain't just
Like,
saying
a
fuck
stranger
buddies.
cannot see
That
the shit that
that's
I'm
when they
trying to
gonna
do
really
with
wonder
my
what the fuck
piece.
going on.
And that's why you
Cause
can't
I
do
be
it because
having,
I feel like some of the shit I like to get into with a regular old fuck buddy, they'll probably never want to fuck me again. They'll be like, who the fuck is this bitch? Oh, you didn't say none of that on Facebook? You damn right I did. Like, so you gotta save some of your wild cards for the person that you can pull them out on. And that's how that
I
works.
just feel
Like,
like
every
it's
stranger
weird
can't.
if I feel like it's weird if we do all this freak nasty stuff. Like, let's say we just fuck buddies and we do all this freak nasty stuff. We doing all this type of crazy stuff, all the Kama Sutra, all that in the bed, and shit go left. And now we just followers on Instagram, and now you see me do these things, and I seen you, and we don't
Right.
even speak. That's just not what's about to happen
Right.
in my life.
Like, you done
So
seen
I'm
every
saying
hole
all
I
that.
had, included. Like, you done seen every hole
Exactly.
I have, and now we're just followers on the gram. And what? And
Cringy.
what? No,
I mean, I feel
no.
y'all though, cause I mean, like,
Like,
what they call it, like, cause just being single for real. If you a person that do like to do nasty shit, you ain't just trying to just do that shit just with anybody. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's like, damn. So, you know what I'm saying? When you really get that person, you really, just can let all that motherfucking shit out. I mean,
Right.
it's just
And
something
then y'all
different.
did could you imagine just doing mad freaky shit the night before and then the next day y'all like, I don't know, y'all just like chilling somewhere with people around. Y'all just looking at each other like you was doing that
Don't
last
even
night.
You
know
just like,
who's
damn.
last name.
You probably like, damn, I'm trying to do this shit
Last
again
night, nobody
tonight.
else. That's crazy.
I'm
That's
trying to do
crazy.
this. Y'all thinking about that shit. Y'all like, shit, we about to do this shit again tonight.
You doing it
Yeah.
again,
You
but
know
it's
what I'm
only in y'all mind y'all notice, and everybody else don't know what y'all think. It's just crazy. It's crazy. I'm not sharing none of that intimacy with no random kill.
Right, because there's fucking, and then there's having sex, and then there's fucking while having sex, and then there's levels to this shit. So, I'll hit them with at most for just the fuck buddy. At most, you can have up to level 4. That's it though.
How many levels? Wait, how many levels are there? 5?
10, 10,
Oh, I'm like, not up to level 4, just 5 levels.
10. It's 10, and you can only get up to level 4 because that's just the vanilla sex, and well, somebody was gonna have to get the vanilla sex, right? So I mean, may
Take
as
it
well be
halfway.
you.
We need to get a little deeper into that because
I mean,
as ladies, do you feel that men
hell,
come in and be above above average to continue what they're doing with y'all, and y'all just give them, what y'all feel is appropriate for that person that you're having sex with? Or do you feel like the man can come in and say, well, I don't have no connection with her. Let me give her this vanilla and see what goes on.
Not for
I feel like
nothing.
most
A
men
lot of
only
times
have
that
level
happens.
1. Most men
what'd you
only have
say?
level 1.
Not,
Even
nah,
if
there's
it's just
some
a
guys.
it's just like I only know how to pound in and out and that's it. And then in their mind they're like, yo, I really fucked her, and it's like, but wait, all
It's
you
like,
did
no,
was
you
go in and
didn't. You
out.
hit
Like
cervix. You hit
wait, what did
cervix,
you
and she
say?
said, "Ow."
Was
That's
it
all
you?
she said.
Was it you, Sierra, that said that you using another person to masturbate? That's you that said that, right?
Yeah, yes. Like
You
that's
just
all you're doing. Like
masturbating
you're
with
using
somebody
another person to
else.
masturbate. Like, and
Exactly.
that's what a lot of people be doing. And that's what a lot of people. That's what the fuck they be doing. But that's also another reason why I feel like it's levels to this fucking shit. And I won't just back out all the levels because I have no idea what you're gonna present to me unless I already heard about it. I have no idea what you're gonna put on the table. But I'm not putting out all my best
I
shit
mean,
to be presented
sometimes
with some weak shit
you might have to
because
start
they're
off with the basic. You might got to start off with the basic dick. You know what I'm saying?
man.
Just to
It
make sure that she
depends
ain't
on how
crazy. You
basic
know what
because
I'm saying?
there's basic and then there's just whack and that's the difference. And that's the difference because when you respect levels, then you know when you just I knew for a fact. There's been plenty of times where it's like, I know what type of sex this is. This the we don't really know type sex. I don't really know. I don't know. And then 4 links later, dick all the way down my throat. Like this been my man for 3 years. Why? Because that's what the sex was given that time. When you know good sex, you know when you're getting some. I know when I'm being shortchanged. And if I feel like I'm putting in too much effort and I'm not getting the same that effort left, I will stop all types of fucking functions. Yes, I will. Because nobody fucks me better than I do. I will stop all that shit, go home and fuck myself. So no. So
But
no.
but
Like that's
but,
that's just me.
but like I said, I just feel like I said, as men, we can't afford it. We can't afford a short change. We got to go in with everything. There is no in between with us. Like I said, I feel like women can
Oh
feel
no.
be like this ain't enough. This ain't enough. I need more than that. So
This ain't
I don't know.
enough.
No,
best
I'll go
performance.
in and not. I'll go in there and not really motherfucking give them everything. You know what I'm saying? I'll give them enough that they probably want to come back. You know what I'm saying? I'll give them enough where they want to come back, but I ain't gonna give them
See?
everything. You know what I'm saying?
But that's
I ain't
but
gonna
that's
even if
your but
even
that would be above average. That would be
No,
your above. That wouldn't be your average.
that's just basics. That's
Yeah.
just the
Nah.
basics.
Right. Like my level 4 is enough for you to come back. Like you don't know what's level 4. I do. So if all you know, wow, this bitch really came in here and put it on me, and it's like, oh baby, is that what you think? I really cannot wait like 2 weeks from now. Like you really feel it. Like you really feel like 14. I'm really about to fuck. I'm about to fuck your life up. Give me 2 weeks, love it. Like that has happened, and those have been some of my best games because it's like you cool. This isn't even my final form, and you're loving it. You're loving it. Look at you. You're pre-coming. You're pre-coming. Come on, like
Yo,
come on, come on. You're wet, wet little bitch.
my
Like you're
hand.
wet. Like I be loving it.
Hey,
Like,
come on, fellas, do
Wait,
better.
did you
Come on,
just
man.
say you're wet?
Yeah, come on. Yeah. She said,
He
yeah,
said,
wipe
bro,
yourself
you
off, you little
wet?
punk.
Hey,
Come
you
on, man. Come on, man. Hey, man, stop playing with him like
I
that, bro. I
promise
don't like
you,
that.
it is not. Nothing is more of a confidence booster as a young woman, I would say. Because older women, they probably feel different. Been there, done that. But for me, there is few very gratifying feelings. But looking down at a nigga's tip or his boxes and finding a wet spot, oh, that's hilarious. Like, look at you, little wet dick Tuffy. Look
hey,
at
I
you.
know she
Look
be
at
talking shit,
you.
bro. Hey, I know she be talking.
Like, bro,
Like,
you
look at
wet.
you.
Hey,
Oh,
she on that
KB. Mama
dominatrix
got
type.
you. Like, mama got you. I got you. Don't even. Just lay down. I got you.
But see,
It
that's what
is
I'm
what it
saying.
is.
Like men, we would have to come in and set the tone. Like if a woman already feel like she bested you on the first round, then it ain't. You got to come in and set some level of tone. That's what I'm saying. I don't feel like a man can come in half stepping. Like we got to come in and at least say, "Oh, we up here somewhere. We up here."
Like, you just gotta be on point. If you know what I'm saying, if you get off and if she get you off and by like, you know what I'm saying, one of them short rounds like 3 to 5 minutes, you just gotta be able to,
Got to come back.
be able to, get up and, go for that back to back. You know what I'm saying? But I guess some people, from what I guess a lot of women be saying that, a lot of dudes have an issue with going back to back. So I mean, I don't know. I guess it all depends on the dude.
Yeah, yeah. That's another question I
Uh,
asked. I was actually asking some guys. I went out, and I was just asking random dudes. I was like, "So you have some average sex one round? How long does it take for you to bust?" Average answer was 10-15 minutes. I said, "Okay, I guess fine." Now, second round. If you have a second round, do you need to recharge, or do you just go back? You go back to that motherfucking nigga. So it depends. Did I come the first time? Yes. That's why this is a second round, because you came the first time, which constitutes the start of the second round. And that's when I knew I was talking to dumbasses. But the fact of the matter is, they actually said, "Yeah, I do need a break." They all need a break. Only one nigga said he didn't. I said, "I don't know what's going on here, but I feel like I should all get in a group chat and see what's in his diet, because there's no reason why that's everybody's
girl, you took the
story.
words right out of my mouth. It's diet,
Like,
100%.
that should not be everybody's story. Like, I get it, like, apparently as a nigga, to come, that takes a lot out of you. Like, they have no idea what a clit orgasm is, but whatever. Like, it takes a lot out of you. But it's like, you should not always need half hour or a nap or a fucking sandwich to go another fucking round. It don't take all that. Just get your breathing in order. And
But the
what's wrong?
thing
And
is, though,
Go ahead.
I hear a lot of women that be complaining about okay, man, he came up, he ain't getting back up again. It's like, okay, if you want him to get back up, get that motherfucker back up.
No, but the thing is,
You know,
sometimes
just some niggas can't.
try, if you do try to get it
get
back up and you do all your whatever you're doing as a woman and it's not happening, then there's probably something else wrong. Not wrong, but maybe he just doesn't have the stamina, or he's like a little bit older. Maybe his health is not that great. Because it shouldn't be just like
Like, you'd
not
be
no other round.
surprised. Like, you'd be surprised. Like, just lacking in your vitamin D levels can, like, you wouldn't perform as good. That's more so, though, that science proves more so in men's sexual performance than women, but it affects everybody. That's why I'd be like, what the fuck's wrong with your diet? Like, why can't you? Every time, I'm not asking you to be Superman, like, every fucking time, regardless of how much work you put in, be able to write back, but, like, also, every
I've
time you
never.
need a break and a nap and a sandwich, wow, every time. So round two is like 2 hours after the first round. That's atrocious, and you should probably fix your diet, because control your breathing and drink some water and get back to
hey,
it,
it's
right?
funny.
Like, that
Probably
should be all it
round two,
takes.
probably 2 hours. Round two, probably 2 hours, and then he
Come
probably
on, and
still
that's
don't
another
last
thing.
long.
Ain't nobody finna just sit there and be pounded for no 2 motherfucking hours. This is not a hallway, beloved. This is not a hallway. This is not the subway. This is not Central Park. This is not Grand Central
That's
Station.
why
This
I
is none of
hate.
that. This is
I
a
hate.
pussy. This is my pussy. Be gentle. Act like you have
That's
sense while
why
you're
I
in
hate when
this motherfucker.
some women be like, "Oh, I need to go an hour and a half, or he needs to last." You're lying
No.
because it hurts. Because now it hurts,
So
and now I'm
Immediately
changing.
no.
so
Immediately
what's a
no.
good so what y'all feel like is a good average session?
I feel like average is like 10 minutes to me, for me. But I feel like my cap is like 30, 45.
Yeah, like
Because at the out,
anywhere
like I thought the
between.
out.
Yeah, like for me, I want to say 25-30 minutes for a first round.
It's that, and them questions is when we get to them type of questions. I feel like to women, like, are y'all saying that's y'all max where y'all think y'all can get to a coming us part, or do y'all feel like that's just how long sex would be anyways? Are y'all climaxing in that time frame that y'all are saying?
I should be in that time. I should be. I'm saying for the cap as like 30, 45, but at 45-minute cap, that's when I'm pretty sure if I already climax at that point, maybe once or twice. Once we reach that 45 minutes, now it's hurting. It doesn't feel good anymore because I already came twice, and now it's just like it's not giving. No, I can't do.
Right, and that's my whole thing. It's like, did I come before the cap? Because it depends. Like in some cases, it's like you can come and that does give you, at least for me, the energy I do need to go longer than what I would typically go for the first time, because like you just had a whole orgasm. Like you thought you was wet before, you're way wetter now. Like your walls are way more relaxed. Like the fuck, like you can take way more dick. Your legs is going back further. Like yeah, like now we really having some fun. Like now the
Now
walls
we
is
really
loose.
have
We
fun.
knocking. Like now the walls is
Hey, I
loose. We
like the
done
way
put
she
some
said
stretch
that,
on
no
this bitch.
Now we really
Like,
having some fun.
now we really doing something here. Like you get what I'm saying? So it's like for me, the first round is always a warm up round, just so I can get my pussy in that bitch, so I can get my juices really flowing like they need to. So I can't really put something on you in the second round, but like it's just the first round. But like if I came sometime in the first round, usually because mom ain't raised no bitch, I'll just hang in there until you done.
No.
But please try to finish before 30 minutes, because the minute I feel my walls start to shrink back to size, we're done. We're done.
My mind
Like,
is not.
So
we're
do you,
At
done.
that point, my mind is not even here anymore. My mind is just like, all right, now it needs to stop. I can't even.
It's
I
just
can't
on
even
my
like.
pussy.
Right, I can't even like unfocus and try to be in the moment. I can't revert. It's just once that moment hits, it's
Girl.
like this is it. Not it can't go back. Like it's just come on, get out. I can't.
Yep.
so do
After that,
so is
it's a wrap.
I was just about to ask them so is like are y'all are y'all women that oral is something that's like important to y'all, or is it something that
Yes.
y'all really don't care about?
I don't care too
Yes.
much. I don't know.
No,
I
it's
always
important.
get like when I say that, I feel like I'm the only woman in the world, but I really don't care too much for it.
Is
But
it just because most women that I hear that ask that say they don't really care about it also follow up by saying they ain't really had nobody
yeah,
that did that motherfucker.
No, like I
Right. And I
have,
feel
but
like
I could do without it. I could literally. I don't know. I could just. I don't know. I don't think about it day to day. Like it just doesn't matter to me. Honestly, it's not one of my. It's not one of my deal breakers. It's just like whatever. But I know I'm
it's
alone in that
important to
reason.
me. Like if I'm fucking with you and I gotta ask for the head, just know I'm going where I'm gotta ask for that bitch. Just know. I might not tell you that, but that's where we headed, because I shouldn't have to ask. but but also I feel like I prefer to give more, but that's only because I like the sense of control. It's something about making a man squirm underneath me, or on top of me, or in my mouth. Something about the weakness of a nigga. All because of these here walls, these walls. You mean these walls here? That shit is amazing. Like I don't know. Like it's just something about having a nigga weak. It's just like, oh, look at you. You're coming like a puppy. Look at
No,
you.
hey,
I don't
I
know. I
told
don't know.
y'all gotta keep y'all game face on, man. Women thrive off that, bro. Come on, man. You can't look like you can't look like a beta when you go there. You gotta be alpha. Listen. In the bed, you
Listen,
gotta be
I'm
an
just
alpha.
saying.
Come on, man.
I'm just saying, but like, I feel like that's what makes me a very good submissive person. People really do not expect that shit out of me, and it's just like, you know how tiring it is to have to be the nigga everywhere you go. Please, like, this shit is great. Like, I love being able to tap into my femininity. If more niggas was niggas, I wouldn't have to do the job for you niggas. Like, why don't y'all get that? Like, some of y'all is better females than me. That's a problem. Like, that's the problem. Like, let's switch the dynamic back. I like a man being a man. It makes my job easier as a woman to let a man be a man. And I'm gonna always let a man be a man. Carry it, lift it, throw it away, fix it, stuff it, buff it, whatever it is that you fuck it, whatever it is that y'all
Bop
do. Like,
it.
bop it, spin it, lick it, something. But I'm gonna let a man be a man. At the end of the day, just know I'm gonna be a woman. But I was born in the '90s, so we do it a little bit differently.
yeah, I feel like that song. I feel like, you know, women who have that extra dime, they looking for that man to really be that man that they really looking like. I guess like a lot of people have that extra dominant. They like, well, if I'm like this, I need my man to be like this because I'm already like this. I feel like that's the same thing because that's the same thing with men. They looking at it. If a man's already this, like, well, I need to come in and be a little bit more softer, a little bit more whatever. It's on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, at first
And
he
that's
was losing me.
how I
At first he was
feel.
losing me, but then I understood what you meant. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. It's like everybody needs that balance at some point.
That balance of
Yeah. That's what it is. That's why I can't do overly aggressive hood niggas. Like, I'm already overly aggressive as fuck. No, like, cause I'm not Tina. I'm not gonna wait all them years to whip your ass. I'm whipping your ass tonight. Like, no, like you not Ike and I'm not
I think
Tina. So I can't even
that's where
entertain
I
it.
was getting lost a little. That's why I was getting lost a little because I'm not aggressive at all, and if I can't handle somebody who's aggressive because I'm so not aggressive, it's like intimidating, scary. It's like, oh, I can't. Like, I would never date somebody that's super hood and super aggressive because it's like I
It's
don't
like
know what's gonna happen for my life.
it's
Like
like
I'm
I
fearing
still
my
need,
life.
and it's like that's the thing. Like I still need it. Like it's hard. Like I had to make a transition a couple of years ago because I used to fuck with niggas that wasn't too good for me. You know, a little bit of illegal action here, a little bit of deportation here, a little bit of cocaine over there. But when I had to
Oh
make the
my
switch of starting to date some up,
gracious.
when I had to start dating some upstanding niggas, that was kind of hard to do. That was very hard to fucking do because it's like, baby, you boring. You boring. Like what the fuck?
But you
hell.
notice
Like
how that's the nigga, but that type of nigga is the one that made you transition. You see?
and look,
You
you see where I'm at. I'm dodging the nigga with the gun. Like I'm with the other nigga. But it was still a hard transition to make because that's what I'm used to. And it was like to meet niggas that wasn't as aggressive as I was, I immediately labeled them as soft because fuck is you doing? Like what are you
yeah.
doing? I like if I'm on if you fuck, why is you on Mr. Rogers? I don't like that. But then I get older and I realize most of my gigs I gotta use my face. That's number one. So I shouldn't be out here playing. Guess not, right? So I had to look at it like, is there better ways to do this? Is this really what I need? Like, is this gang life? Like, is this really what I need? Like,
like
I
no,
don't think
like
I need that. Like, my nigga went to jail on me twice. The first time I bailed him out. The second time I let his ass sit there because get the fuck away from me. I'm not a Bills bond. Like, no, but that's when I realized I need high value niggas because I can't keep playing this fucking role. Like, the do or die in me is gone. Like, I can't. Like, I need brunch on Sunday. I need dip by 10 so I can be sleep by 12. I'm very domesticated and calm now. Like, them safe niggas, they will save your life. He saved my life. Hell,
Yeah,
I
I
feel
mean,
like
I
for
was ghetto.
me it's like a fine line because it's like I'm not gonna say soft, I'm not soft, but I'm so like demure and a little bit like timid that I would need somebody who's aggressive. But once you reach that line of too aggressive, it's like, all right, now I'm scared. But if you're a little bit aggressive, then it's like, okay, cool, like, all right, yeah, because I need this a little bit. But
Taking a
once you
walk on the
gang
wild side.
a little bit walking around, so it's a little interesting. But once you're like a little bit like when you showing guns in your Instagram and I'm scared. No, I don't want no parts because I always think about.
I hate me, cause them
But it's
the
like
niggas
I
I
think
used to
of can I
like.
introduce you to my family? Can I take pictures with you? Like I'm not about to I'm not about to have this unscarred, never fighting face next to somebody who got like tattoos on their face, and I can't. It just don't look right to me. So it needs to be a perfect balance because you're not about to be
You know
Little
what?
Wayne. I'm like sweetie.
You was reading the fuck out of me because I never forget. I was 17 and I was fucking with this nigga that was like 27 and he definitely had a big ass tattoo on his face. Like I'm sitting here looking like, girl, like you
Oh,
just reading the fuck, you reading the fuck out my younger years. Oh yeah,
like
I
you
did
telling
that
my life
too. Oh, yo, I forgot
story.
all about the nigga with the face tattoo because that's how far removed he is. Like wow, that
I,
was a trip down memory lane. I really was out here. I was bad. Okay.
I just feel like I said, I tell men this all the time. I feel like men, they always come to women, and whatever the woman is, they try to change or fit what that woman is. No, just find you a woman that fits who you are already. Don't like
Mm-hmm.
it if a man comes to her and he ain't aggressive enough and he's not putting that, then that obviously y'all not compatible. Go find a woman that you more compatible with. Like I said, it's just a high level of a man got to be this. If a man is not this, then he may be considered, oh, he's not man enough. He's soft, whatever it is. But there is women out there that can suit whatever you are. You just have to find. Every woman ain't gonna like you as a man. You just have to find the woman who does, and that's all that matters. Same thing for women. Every man ain't gonna like who you are. Just find the man who do.
Amen.
Yes.
It's somebody for everybody.
Literally though, it's somebody for everybody. People be shooting from half court with a blindfold on, facing backwards. I don't understand. Like you knew for a fact you wasn't going to land. You wasn't going to get that. You knew there's somebody out there for you, baby. Not her though. Shoot. It goes back to people be playing themselves. Somebody out there for everybody. You got to find your match though. Sometimes we overlook our matches. That's all.
T-More Butter, any closing words before we close it out, fellas?
I mean, yeah, no, I agree with me. I agree with that. You know, it's somebody for everybody, but everybody ain't for somebody. But at the end of the day, I do feel like it's a lot of good people out here. Whether you seeing them or not, that's a whole nother topic.
This is true. Okay, I can fuck with that. Respectable.
Yeah, I agree. Hey, T-Mo, this one time I agree with you, T-Mo. And you know what? That's probably because it's probably like my seventh J, T-Mo. Everything sound right. You right. You right.
Well, with that being said, ladies, that's our show for we really appreciate y'all coming on and joining us, and like y'all had amazing conversation. I really kept it flowing and kept our viewers really engaged in the conversation. If you can, ladies, before you go,
definitely appreciate y'all coming on.
If you can, ladies, before you go, let us go again with your podcast, your Instagram, make sure they can follow you at.
All right, so subscribe us on subscribe to the Wet Lounge on Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Stitcher. And you can follow us on Instagram at _ the Wet Lounge _ for all of our spicy content, our videos, and all of our shows. We just started season 2 last week, so yeah, in for some treats.
Yes, tune in. We drop a new episode every other Wednesday. So turn those post notifications on and hit the subscribe button and let us know how y'all feel about the Wet Lounge.
Period.
All right, T-More, let them know they can find you at.
I mean, y'all can follow me at off the top _ media. You already know I'm gonna keep, giving y'all this content, giving y'all with this content that just comes up off the top. And you already know how this shit gonna go, man.
And y'all can follow me IG Noble _ We bought another Saturday night show for y'all. We appreciate the guests. We appreciate all the viewers watching us engage station. Come back next Saturday. We're gonna do it all over again with a new guest. Butter, go ahead and close it out.
Hold on. Wait. Hold on. I want to know real quick. Is that a hookah that you've been smoking this whole time?
This whole time, yes, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Hey, T-Mo connected on that one.
Yeah, no, he did. She been blowing the whole time. I don't know what you been looking at, T-Mo. Yeah, okay.
No, for I thought she was, getting smacked like you was.
That'd be me.
If I was smoking for a whole hour and a half a blunt, I don't think I would even be able to be speaking to y'all right now. Like that was like,
hey, T-Mo, they do it all the time, man. These they on.
Hey, y'all,
okay, I love
hey,
it.
Daybreak
I love
said
a flower
great combo,
friendly
ladies.
pie.
Thank you.
Daybreak said great combo, ladies.
Thank you. Thanks for having us, y'all. We really appreciate it.
Of course. Yes,
Yeah, no
always.
problem. Man, with that being said, y'all, man, we came to the end of the show. It's been another great show. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe the Wet Lounge podcast. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, we had a conversation that might need to end in the hood. It's me, Butter, Noble Noah, T-More. It's all love. Until the next time. We'll see y'all next Saturday. Man, we work hard today, man. I'm tired as a motherfucker. I ain't gonna